Because I know where they were trying to go with it, right? It is this fear that the people within the party, within the primary system, will have about voting for a woman, because every time we voted for a woman, we've lost so far. And I think that that's a natural fear, because we just want to win. So there's a lot of people that are like, you know what? Like, let's go find the safest white boy we can find. I mean, I'm just saying.
Those are the callers that we're hearing. We're hearing people.
No, for real.
A white man's got to do it. We're getting those callers.
For real. And to be clear, when we talk about them, I can tell you that there is one specific candidate. I had a donor on the phones with me telling me that all the donors are lining up behind that candidate. So I can tell, and I can tell you, it's not a black person nor woman, okay? So like, it is, they have, quote unquote, they have chosen. And when I say they, it's the same donors that most likely had their opinions about Joe Biden and move. So like, that would be the they that I would talk about.
So you just contradicted yourself. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, interact with the channel, man. We about to get into Miss Jasmine Crockett right here saying that America wants a safe white boy. I don't know why they voted for Trump then. I mean, we safe. Don't get me wrong under Trump. But, Trump is, I would just call him a safe white boy. I mean, shit can get ugly fucking with Trump. You know what I'm saying? But we about to start this over and break this all the way down with Miss Jasmine Crockett right here, man.
Because I know where they were trying to go with it, right? It is this fear that the people within the party, within the primary system, will have about voting for a woman, because every time we voted for a woman, we've lost so far. And I think that that's a natural fear, because we just want to win. So there's a lot.
That's the problem. You just want to win just because you're a woman. And that doesn't qualify you to lead this country and do what's right. That doesn't mean you're standing for the American people just because you're standing with women. Because men are Americans too. Men are American citizens too. And some women like being led by men. Most women, I would say, like being led by men. Except for you. Black women. Y'all like to pay the cost to be the boss, and independent women, and chasing your career and trying to compete with men.
A lot of people that are like, you know what? Like, let's go find the safest white boy we can find. I mean, I'm just saying.
Those are the callers that we're hearing. We're hearing people.
No, for real.
A white man's got to do it. We're getting those callers.
For real. And to be.
Imagine your president in the White House trying to make a deal. Talking about, no, for real. No, for real. Imagine.
Clear, when we talk about them, I can tell you that there is one specific candidate. I had a donor on the phones with me telling me that all the donors are lining up behind that candidate. So I can tell, and I can tell you, it's not a black person nor woman, okay? So like, it is, they have, quote unquote, they have chosen. And when I say they, it's the same.
Not a black person nor a woman. So they gotta be black and they gotta be a woman. This is why y'all lost.
Donors that most likely had their opinions about Joe Biden and move. So like, that would be the they that I would talk about. Here's what I want people to understand is I do absolutely agree with Malcolm when he talks about not ceding your power. At the end of the day, don't give up your power. People fail to recognize how unique Trump is. They continue to say, well, we lost. Well, they both lost to Trump. Trump, who is a misogynist. Trump, who is going to ramp up the misogynist in the first place, because that's what he does. He is disrespectful. Like right now.
That has nothing to do with why y'all lost. Those being women has nothing to do with why y'all lost. He was going to whoop Biden ass too. That's why they took y'all. That's why they took Biden out. And he really beat him the first time. Y'all cheated.
He still doesn't know how to deal with me, because if you punch me, I'm punching back, okay? So, like, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Now, I know.
Who's really worried about a woman punching back?
Oh, he think he running again. But that ain't happening. I don't care what all is going on in this country. And I don't care how many things we won't say we are absolutely going to do. I am telling y'all with all confidence, he is not running for a third term.
I am telling y'all with all confidence, he is not. Who voted for this? This is what y'all voting for? This is y'all leader? Democrats ain't gonna win for a long time.
That is not a thing. You have to understand that it wasn't that they lost per se. I mean, obviously Kamala was in a very precarious situation. She ran for 107 days, and there had already been, I tell people that we need to look at what exactly
it doesn't matter if it was 107 days or 7,000 days. She wasn't gonna win. Like, that's why y'all gonna lose, because y'all are out of touch with the American people. Nobody wanted that. Only you black women and liberals, and y'all are a small minority in America. Y'all are weirdos.
is the persona of the party or the persona of a candidate. And they had already characterized her as a prosecutor. Period. She was a prosecutor. That was how they characterized her. They had done that years ago. And she did not have the time to explain, I'm the same type of prosecutor you would have wanted in the case of Breonna Taylor. Yeah. Yes, I was a prosecutor, but I was one of the good ones, right? Instead, when you talk to like communities of color and you say prosecutor, it ain't nothing good that comes in your mind, right? Like it's not. And so she was having to combat that. But he had been characterized as this amazing, smart, strong businessman. Right. And so the thing is this, anybody that did their research voted the right way. The people that had the information, they voted the right way. These are,
I'll give her that. People who actually did their research did vote the right way. Yes, Trump is a great businessman. Yeah, he had a few failed businesses, but he had more successful businesses than he had that failed. But a lot of you black folks don't know shit about business. That's why most of y'all businesses go out of business within 5 years. Statistically speaking. Not to say it's not any good black business out here, but majority of black businesses fail. I'm in my business right now, and majority of the businesses around me that are black have failed. That's just a fact.
Facts, the more educated voters and the voters that went to the legacy media, frankly, they voted the right way.
The ones in student loan debt. Those are the ones who voted for Democrats.
It's the ones that were getting the fake news or the lies. They were the ones that were voting the wrong way. And so I had to think about this. I said, now this fool done filed for bankruptcy 6 times. Now what makes him a good businessman? You know, I'm like, what is it? You know, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, and when he was born,
this fool done filed for bankruptcy 6 times. So you better than Trump. Jasmine Crockett will win this country over Trump with that shit right there. Man, stop it.
He was giving hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, I mean, I could be rich today too if my mama had that when I was born. So, like, I'm just like, what is happening? And so, as much as
your mama ain't gonna never have that when you born because you too goddamn stupid. Too stupid to run them kind of businesses that make that kind of money. Billions and trillions of dollars ain't even in y'all vocabulary.
we would rail against, like, no, he sucks at business. Like, he's a fraud at business. Like, he been sued for being a fraud. Y'all remember his fake school? Like, I mean, all the things. Like, you could say that. But at the same time, we ended up looking like the liars because they were like, for years, I have seen his name on buildings. You can't tell me this man don't have money because I've seen Trump hotels. I've seen Trump casinos. I don't know how you bankrupt a casino, but he did. I mean, I have seen Trump everything throughout the world. And
you don't know how he bankrupted a casino because you ain't never ran a casino. That's my problem with black folks. Y'all just be talking, man. Too much talking and not enough listening. Y'all can learn from the man. But you're too busy running your mouth, black woman.
This persona. And so I'm like, you have to understand that didn't happen in one election cycle. That was over a long amount of time. We don't necessarily have another Trump coming up, right? We have this cult that is trying to figure out who will be the cult leader next. But when you had DeSantis that tried to be Trump, he could not do it. When you had Nikki that tried to be Trump, she couldn't do it. You had the one running for Ohio governor. He couldn't be Trump. Yeah, Ramaswamy. Like, so
another great businessman that you don't compare to at all, lady. Don't come to a close picture of this man. Him nor DeSantis or any of these people you talking about. You can't even speak properly.
The thing is, you can't just insert somebody else in. And so it was a unique person. And so I think that we should just be looking at who is best, period. Exactly. And we should trust and believe, because let me tell you something. I told some people here recently, I said, I was talking to a room of very in tune donors, women donors in New York just last weekend.
That's your problem.
And I said, first,
women, pro women. That's what y'all are. You try to act like y'all care about black folks. Y'all care about women.
Well, we got to figure out what our simple message is. So I did a game with them. It's first and only time I ever did it. I said, tell me what the theme of Obama's campaign was. Everybody said hope.
Yeah, that's right.
I said, now tell me what the theme of Trump's campaign was. Everybody said, you know what they said.
Make America great
And then I
again.
said, now tell me.
His slogan was "Make America Great Again." Bitch, say it. Say it.
What the theme of Hillary's campaign was.
My husband was sucking dick in the White House, and now I deserve to be president of the United States because either I'm going to be president or I'm going to divorce his ass.
And there was a struggle. And then I said, tell me what the theme of Harris's campaign was. And I thought they was going to come to where I had come.
No.
And they didn't get it.
Freedom. And it wasn't going to be free about shit. Fuck that shit. Democrats will continue to lose with this woman and AOC and Bernie Sanders and all these people ahead of the party. We not voting for that shit. Y'all can kill it. Y'all can kill it. You talking about the safest white boy. You can find the safest white boy you can find. We ain't trying to hear that shit. We voting red, baby. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know how y'all feel about this topic right here, Miss Jasmine Crockett. Hit the link in the description. You want tattoos or piercings, you in Dallas, Texas, holla at your boy. If you want custom rugs, if you're anywhere in America, if you in the city, we'll get it to your doorstep, man. Don't be a lame like these liberals and Jasmine Crockett and AOC and Bernie Sanders out here spending these taxpayers' money, bamboozling people.